up, guys? What's going on? It's your boy. I'm back. This is Pauline Theology, and we are doing the daily devotional. Here we are on Judges chapter 9, 1 through 6. We finished the Gideon saga in a way, but technically we're still going through it a little bit. We're going to talk about Abimelech, his son, in the next couple of episodes. So, what happened in the text today? We're in Judges 9, chapter 1 through 6. So if you haven't read it, I'm going to stop right here and let you go ahead and read it or pause it or whatever, and then come back and join us. All right, so what exactly happened, man? What occurred? Well, it starts out with talking about Abimelech, man, and he goes to his mom's brothers, and he talks to them, and he says, hey, talk to the leaders of Shechem, and have them let me rule over you instead of these 70 folks. You know what I'm saying? He said, is it better for one person to do it or 70 folks? And he's like, and I'm also your flesh and blood, homie. You know what I'm saying? So make me the leader over you. And so they went, her brothers went over to the leaders of Shechem, and they talked to all of the people, and they agreed. They were like, it's better for one person to do it rather than 70 people who they don't carry out. Plus, the incentive was that they was actually his brothers. Or they were his brother. He was their brother. You know what I'm saying? He was part of the same blood. So he did it. And guess what they did? They got some money out of their temple called Baal Berit, which is, it's kind of a judgment thing that the writer of Judges is putting on them because they are following after the Baal of the covenant. The God of the covenant, which is not Yahweh, who is really Lord of the covenant. Yahweh is Lord of the covenant, and they are serving this false god, Baal of the covenant, Ashereth of the covenant. And so this is really a thing that the writer wants us to see, is that they are serving this false god, and that this could be contributing to the entire factor that's going on. But yeah, they give him some money from the treasury of Baal of the covenant, or Baal Berit. And then Abimelech hires these guys, these worthless and reckless fellows, to help him fight. And what they do is they go over to, I believe it's Shechem. And they go and he kills all 70 of his brothers, his own brothers, from his on his father's side, his own brothers. He kills all 70 of them, and he kills them on, it says, one stone. So it was really more like a sacrifice, an execution. It wasn't just war. He went in there and made war. He went in there and executed them as maybe some might say like a sacrificial way, because it was on the stone or a rock. Yeah, and after they did that, it says that they made him king, Abimelech king over Shechem. And so what do we get from that? What can we take from this? What is being said about God? Well, first off, I think what's being said about God is that sometimes God allows the sins of the father to pass towards the son. They multiply, man. We've seen it in Exodus, it's in Exodus where it talks about he is a good God, but the punishment of the sins of the father continues on the son. And that is tough. And so what do we see about man here is that, we pass our sins to our sons. We pass our sins to our daughters. What we do now has a great effect on the life that they will live in the future. The last episode, I believe, we talked about how Gideon said that God is the ruler over them, that he's not, yet he takes homage from them. He takes payment from them. He takes taxes, essentially. And then next he names his son. Next he creates a statue for which they can worship him. And then finally he names his son, my father is king. And so now his son, having that idea pushed in his mind, actually does the deed to take over as king. And so what Gideon instilled in his son and his family has now taken over and caused his son Abimelech to do these atrocious things, these evil things. Well, how can we apply this to our life? What can we look at? Well, I think it's evident that we need to check out what our lives are about. What are we doing? How are we living? How are we displaying what is important to us to the next generation? Are we saying that following the Lord is important, or are we saying money is important? Are we saying status is important? Are we saying what are we saying? That's the question. And so we got to take a good look, take a deep look at our lives to see what it is that we're showing is important, because that is what really is important: our actions and not our words. And so I pray that today you would demonstrate your actions to your kids to leave a legacy of goodness, to leave a legacy of truth, to leave a legacy of the grace of God. Thank you guys for listening, man. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode.